Yeah, yeah, yeah. So y'all cool with that?
We're already live, man.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I was gonna tell you before when the episode ended. I couldn't wait, Eris. I told you. I said I've been waiting all day. That was my second time watching it.
I
So
kind of
when
figured this was. I know full and well you wasn't you wasn't waiting to watch it for the first time.
no, I was like, Eris is like making me wait a whole hour. I'll be daggone. I'm
I'm like,
watching
bro,
this joint.
I told you. TWD takes full priority over everything
Nah,
on mothers. All
dude, look,
right.
I messaged Jarrell, I messaged Eris. I was like, look, I got my kids down, I got my food here. Like, let's do it. I messaged everybody low key. I was like, y'all want to look at this?
And I was like, hey, give me an hour. I gotta get through TWD, man.
Yeah, I faked it. I was like, I'm watching this joint, and then we'll watch
I'm
the
like,
nine
yeah, you
o'clock.
go ahead and watch it. It's all good.
Yeah.
Because
All
I know
right.
you already seen it.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta watch it again. Anyway, all right. So you guys, we're live. We're about to talk about Chainsaw Man episode 1, the premiere, most highly anticipated anime this year. They had a really great panel at New York Comic Con, and I have two people here that know anime very well. One that's very highly anticipating this, and then the other one had no preconceived notions about it at all. And I'm talking about Aris and Jarrell. What's going on, gentlemen?
So,
Yo.
So Chainsaw Man. Jarrell, real quick. I know for a fact you've been anticipating this for quite some time. Um can you tell me a little bit about your thoughts going into this and then kind of leave me where you're at right now?
I mean, I had seen the original teaser trailer, which is probably my favorite trailer to an anime that I've ever seen. And I don't know, it always stuck with me. It just sounded. It's one of those things where the more you dig into it, the crazier it sounds. So
Right.
that I didn't really know anything about the plot synopsis going in, but I was just hooked on just the atmosphere and watching it. It's probably well, I said it was a legendary opener, so um I don't have a lot of, I guess, definitive thoughts because we just watched it
Yeah, we
literally.
literally just got done
But
watching it, you guys.
I did say that I thought it was a legendary opener, and I do mean it for sure.
Yeah. Now, Eris, you've seen countless anime,
I
but
have.
you had no idea anything about what this was, and I didn't tell you what it was. So for you going into it, what was your anticipation going into it? I think you said something like, "Is this something?" I forget what you said.
No, okay. So what I said when you first told me about the name of this, I was like Chainsaw Man. I knew nothing of this, and like every other thing that we do, especially when it comes to screeners, I go in completely blind.
Right.
I want like I have no preconceived notions, no prior knowledge, nothing. I just go into it completely blind, so I have no idea what the characters look like, what the setting is, or nothing. And only thing I knew about this was right before we started. You told me that this was an anime. I said, okay. So when I just hear the name Chainsaw Man, I'm thinking, so is this going to be some kind of Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface thing? Going on. I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea, so I just went into it completely blank. And just from watching this first episode, I said, "Yep, this is a wonderful, batshit insane anime that only Japan can come up with, and I appreciate this. This reignited what I love about old school anime that I have not seen for quite some time. I mean, there have been other anime that does, that gets crazy gore-tastic like this, but only in small doses. The
Right.
gore factor on this anime from just the first episode went full tilt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like that. Again, I appreciate that. I said, thank you, anime. I missed you from the 80s. Where have you been for the last 30 years? You come back to me with this? I appreciate you. Another one.
Yeah, it was also I don't want to say too much because we literally just got done watching it. But I I felt like literally every second was compelling in my opinion. Which is extremely rare because I'll fucking bitch about anything. But I genuinely think that like every moment was compelling. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, like I mean, the interesting thing for me is going into it. Like, I didn't have any preconceived notions. Like, I was kind of like the best of both worlds between both you guys. Like, I look at a lot of anime, but I intentionally only watched the first teaser. I never watched the official trailer, never watched the second trailer, and I didn't look up anything about what it's supposed to be about. I just was like, Mappa's doing the animation, and everybody's raving about it. But it's like we've seen before, that there's been, you know, AA anime that everybody talks about and gushes about, but this is one I had a strong feeling about that they could really go full tilt. And as a first episode, bro, like they didn't hold back anything, even down to the freaking intro. And we were talking about this, like, because I brought it up to Eris. I was like, Eris, let's see if you can get any of the references from the intro. And like the intro has so many different movie references to it that you can go back and watch it again and again and again, and you'll still be like, oh wow, that was from Pulp Fiction. Oh wow, that was Reservoir Dogs. Oh wow, that was I think one was one of the ones we saw. The Big Lebowski. So there was so many different things already in the intro that they were like, okay, prepare yourself because it's about to get crazy. But
and I called it right from the right from like the very first lyric. I was like, "Oh, Reservoir Dogs, let's go."
Yeah, I really do appreciate them going in strong because the animation, I mean, Mappa is really notorious for having some of the best animation there is. But with this, every single detail, down to like, you know, they take an aerial shot, you're seeing like the trees and atmosphere to water dripping down. And then, of course, the violence and the gore, bro, every little muscle. Like, there's a moment in this episode, legit, Denji like gets ripped apart, and you see him in the trash can. If you pay close attention to it, like they show all the different parts of his body that are these cut to pieces. But I mean, I know you love Ninja Scroll, Eris, and I know you've seen Berserk, Jarrell. But as far as gore in this, do you think that they utilize gore in this with taste and for a purpose, or do you like? I'm curious your perspective on the gore and the violence factor just going into this first episode, and did you appreciate it?
I feel like it's a pretty, I mean, at least so far anyway, it's a pretty tightly contained. When you said that it was like only 25 minutes, I was like, holy shit. It's a pretty tightly contained narrative so far. I didn't feel that anything was gratuitous or, you know, anything like that. Everything seems kind of like Attack on Titan when it's just extremely fire. Like it really feels like everything is extremely structured really well. Everything seems to have a strong purpose for sure.
Yeah. What about yours?
Please refer back to my opening statement. but no, in all seriousness, the gore again, very much appreciated. I would say that they brought it into today's times most definitely well. I mean, you know, when I say I respect and love the gore factor from the 80s and 90s, this does it with so much respect of what came before.
Right.
And it does it plus more, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I felt that same as that way too. Cause even down to, you know, when they were kind of using the main character, like we first see Denji. Denji's kind of like, it's weird to say, but is it Denji? Is it Denji? It's Denj, I think, or I. No, yeah, it's Denji. I was like,
Yeah,
dang,
that's Denji.
Is that like a play on words? Because my man's he's roughing it. Like he got one testicle, got one kidney, got one eyeball, and he's still in debt. And he basically inherited his debt because his father passed away. His father killed himself. And I think that when they showed the flashback of him meeting up with the guy that recruited him, it's like, look, I don't care what you got to do. You got to pay me back this. You can go prostitute yourself out or do whatever you need to do, but I need this money by the end of the day. And like they first, you know, the little dog chainsaw devil, when he first meets him, like the dog's got 2 bullet holes in it. I don't know how that happened or why that happened. But at that point, Denji was ready to die. Like he was prepared, like, yo, I'm about to go. And so he was like, if you're gonna kill me, go ahead and get over with it. But then he noticed that the dog was about to die. And something in him was like, I've got to survive. And they set the interesting bar with these two very quickly. And I just appreciated how it was payoff for the gore, but at the same time, it was with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just like, oh, well, I'm going to go crazy on everything. Like, no, it's this part of him probably unleashing on all these zombies. There's also a lot of built up stuff that he's just been internalizing and taking all this time. And it just felt like really, it felt earned. It felt like really purposeful. I don't know where the character is going from this point. I'm not sure if he's going to be out of control at a certain point, but I appreciated how they used violence towards the back half.
I can piggyback off of that. Really, it's a couple of things. Number one, the need for survival, because even though he said, "Yeah, get it over with, go ahead and kill me," on the other hand, he's like, "Wait, hold up, I got stuff that I want to do.
Right.
I don't want to die just yet." And I see that you're in a precarious situation yourself. I tell you what, I heard about this thing. Why don't you go ahead and get some of this this O positive in your life? I will, I help you, but you help me.
Right.
Feel me?
Yeah, it ain't for free, homie.
It ain't for free. Ain't nothing free. Hey, freedom ain't free, fam. So they having a mutual understanding, and the part where we see things go full tilt into, like I guess Denji's form 2, as I like to call it. You see that this whole thing came from him pretty much trying to keep the dog safe.
Right.
And when he sees how completely mutilated he gets, say, look, I'm gonna help you out, fam. Like, here, take all my energy. And once you get all this energy, fam, go to work.
Right. Like, I think he said something along the lines, I want you to show me your dream. Something like that. Something along those lines. And I thought that was really fascinating.
Like, there was a part where we actually get like just a moment of downtime with Denji, where he was telling the dog, what he really wants, what he really wanted to do. And that's where it came from, of him wanting to truly survive going against an entire horde of zombies with machetes.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's the thing that we haven't really talked about. Like, we got devils that are just different variations, but this specific devil was a zombie devil that was utilizing humans for their own greed and making them zombies and getting stronger. And this man fought a horde of zombies. So zombies, devils, or demons, and then whatever this classification of people that are, what was it? I think they said the public society or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the mix of all this, and we don't really know what that is. But that's all in one episode, and there's so much plot thread that they can go from this. It's just crazy, dude.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if this is going to be one of those 14 or 16 episode series.
What are you talking about, like a one and done?
Not one and done. I mean, this is possibly leaving room for a second season, but like I'm just wondering if this first season is only going to be about like 12 to 14 episodes. Because we've seen a lot of anime that have come out recently, whether they were one and done or they get like a second season years later, but they mostly started out as just a 10 to 14 episode run series.
Yeah.
Jarrell, and I'm wondering if this is going to be the same thing.
Yeah, Jarrell, what were you about to say?
I'm not sure. Well, the only thing that just came to mind was there's definitely going to be a second season for sure.
Oh, you think that the audiences are going to eat this alive? What you saying?
100%. Unless like somehow bizarrely a couple episodes from now or something like that, they just go completely off the rails into shitville. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a second season, because damn, if that was only the first episode, we're we're good. I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing also is that my man is not just from humble beginnings, but he's a simple man. He's like, look, bro, I just wanted some bread with some jelly on it. Like, I just want to be able to eat and not have to worry about debt. Like, I want to be able to have a girlfriend. Like, the simple thing, like, it wasn't even like that deep. He was like, man, I just want to be able to have a date, have a girlfriend before I die. I don't think I'm gonna, survive long enough to get out of debt. Like, simple things. And by the end of the episode, it's fascinating because, this girl comes up to him. She's a whole pound because she's not scared of this man with literally a saw out of his head. So we can tell she's an OG. But he just says one word. He's like, hug me. And she does it. Real weird. And then his face melts off. And she's like, look, you seem cool. You ain't possessed. You human. You something else. Like, look, I can kill you right now as a devil, or, I can keep you as a human. And it's like, wait, and I think she said, I'll feed you, right? And he was like, what you gonna feed me? I think she said butter, jelly, some extra.
She said the following: toast with jam and butter,
Yep.
salad, coffee, and I gotta think of something for dessert. My man just leaned over and says, sis, you had me at toast and jam.
Right.
Like all I wanted was jam, but you give me jam and butter? I'm yours.
Right.
What do I gotta do?
Because my man been struggling for a minute, bro. Like, he didn't ask for much. Matter of fact, even when he was dying, he was like, bruh, dude, like, I didn't ask for much. And y'all sitting there killing me over this.
In fact, like you had said earlier, he's someone who definitely takes the advice of Jesse Eisenberg's character from Zombieland. Enjoy the little things. Yeah. He is just a man who just wants to enjoy the little things.
Right. And it's funny because he even contemplated with himself. He was like, maybe like I should have just been thankful, for, the time that I had with this little guy and just been okay with that. But I dared to have more and then it got us killed kind of thing. But yeah, man, without going too much deeper than this, I thought it was a freaking dope first episode. I really don't have any negatives. That's the thing. Like I think you said it, Jarrell, like every small little moment, I felt like it was not just earned, but it was like it was a place for it. Like, it left a plot thread. It added to character volume. The show is beautiful. I mean, even down to the sound design. Because when you hear the revving of the chainsaw, it is very vibrant. Like, it is great sound design for this. But yeah, I don't have anything else. Y'all got any closing thoughts?
This is only just the first episode. I need to see more.
Same.
But so far, we're off to a great start. Please keep this energy.
Please. It's if it gets crazier than this, we'll be fine. We don't care.
Yeah, I'm totally down.
We're all for the shenanigans. So yeah, you guys stay tuned. I guess this will be airing again next Tuesday because it came out today. So stay tuned either Tuesday or Wednesday, and we may have more. All right, guys. Definitely go and check out 3 Black Geeks, where you can go and check out Eris and his featured content with them, and as well Jarrell's Alexandria on YouTube, where he's got so many freaking channels. But definitely go and check out his content as well. And we'll be back. I'll leave everything in the description bar below, you guys. Peace.
Falling off the top of